because he has been so helpful and gracious to this program over many years. I mean, this is a guy who religiously listens to Coast, who helped me out a lot when I first started, critiquing me, sometimes kind of brutally, but he did what he thought was right, and we've kicked up a great relationship. I'm going to give him your first signed book of the 50 we're going to buy. And he's got my email address. He'll send me his address, and I'm going to get him one of your books. Okay. And make a special note to Bad Boy, just on that one for me, if you would, from the nighthawkzone.com. But, you know, when I go to conferences with you, and we've been to a couple, you pack the room. Pack the room with people who are fascinated with all kinds of things that you present. I want to know the mindset of Richard Hoagland. How do you, when you, for example, have people and people you work with, for example, point out to you the robot head and things like that, and then you run with it. How did this all start for you? When you started doing Sidonia, the face on Mars, and you know you were looking at some of the Viking pictures. I mean, but what made you go from a regular researcher, because you did a lot of that with CBS and your consultancy work, to someone who really looked at these strange mysteries? What happened? What did that?
Well, I've always been a generalist. I have not considered that I was narrow band, limited to, you know, a certain field of study, and I have this avid curiosity. And I love asking questions and figuring out answers. And what happened was that I started bumping into, you know, the glass ceiling, the one that Hillary has not put any cracks in yet, which is the ceiling that separates what we are told from what, in fact, exists. And it's not just NASA. I mean, I spend a lot of time talking on this program and in other venues about NASA, but it's government-wide, George. It's corporation-wide. It's society-wide. At every turn, the lie is different at every level, which is the mantra of Dark Mission, given to us by a very interesting intel source who has been very reliable and steadfast over the years.
How old is that person now?
He's comparable to you and me.
An old man.
Huh. You remember the joke about old bold pilot?
Yeah, I do. Can't repeat it on air.
This is a very cautious guy, and obviously that's why he's still around.
Well, that's true.
But he gave me this incredible line, which really is a bumper sticker description of what's wrong, why 80% of the electorate polled feel we're headed in the wrong direction, why change has become such a watchword in this political season that everybody is jumping on the bandwagon that Obama started. It's because people feel in their gut, reinforced by watching television and surveying the net or having email from their friends and links forwarded in whatever way they get their news, that we are really up a creek without a paddle in so many areas because somebody's been fiddling and frittering while Rome literally was burning down all around them.
That's true.
I mean, this energy situation is absolutely despicable.
It's greed, Richard. It's all about greed.
It's short-term greed, and to hell with the country, the nation, the citizenry, the population, with anybody but minding their own pockets on a short time frame of 1 or 2 years. And we've frittered away a half a century. Well, that's the bad news. The good news is that now people are really fired up, and I think we're going to see some major changes, regardless of what happens in November, because this is being driven from the bottom up. We are having a not-so-quiet revolution, George, and this program is at the cutting edge, the tip of the spear or the front of the surfboard, depending upon which metaphor you like.
When I noticed today that some of the major media today, after we've been talking about this for well over a year, about Cern, which we'll talk about with you next hour, could cause a problem, and now they're starting to report on it and write on it, I said to myself today, I said, we truly are on the cutting edge on this program. I mean, we are way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's obvious. That's been a given ever since art created this incredible art form with Alan.
But the experts have had the vision on this show to help lead us like you have, and people like Daniel Brinkley and you know, folks who have come on and who are light years, Stan Dale, light years ahead of everybody else.
Well, that's why this audience is very special, because they realize that, you know, the quality goes in before the name goes on.
Richard, we're going to keep you for one more hour, then I'm going to do open lines during the last hour. We'll talk a little bit about CERN and some other things in space with our special guest tonight, pinch hitter Richard C. Hoagland from the EnterpriseMission.com.